Former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under President Trump, Ben Carson, now the faith chairman for the Trump campaign. Dr. Carson, thanks so much for your time tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
What did you make of the performance by the former president last night?
Well, I was a little disappointed in that I don't think we learned a lot of new things last night. And I think a lot of people probably tuned in because they wanted to get a better impression of who Kamala Harris is and what her policies are. Has she really made a major shift from the extreme left back to the center? And I don't think we found that out.
What did you think of how former President Trump performed?
I think he performed like he always does. There was no real surprise there. He's very transparent. You never really have to wonder too much about what he's thinking about. But one of the things that I think people don't think about very often is when you're on that stage and there's millions of people looking at you and you're asked the question, there's a million things you want to say. You're trying to really rapidly flash through them and you find the one you want. And then by the time you get done with that, they're on to something else when you had more to say about it. I think, a good debate format would be to actually let people debate, actually let them talk to each other. And that way, when they ask the question, like there was a very good question asked last night of Kamala Harris about why she had made the transition. That was an excellent question, but she didn't answer it. And, when you're having two people debating each other, that next person can say, could you please answer the question?
There has been some criticism from Republicans about the former president's performance last night. I know that you're saying he was what you expected him to be. Senator Lindsey Graham said it was a disaster. Did you think it was a disaster?
I didn't see anything different about it than what we normally see.
Do you think it's normally a disaster?
No, I don't think it's a disaster at all. I think he articulated well, particularly on foreign policy, on things related to China, on the economy. But, is he a silver-tongued orator? No, he is not. And you can't really expect that. But I think he was able to get his points across quite effectively.
The campaign for the vice president, Kamala Harris, they want to do a second debate in October. Do you think the former President Trump should do it?
I think if it could be done with moderators who are not biased, I think it could be a very good thing. This was a situation where you had 6 or 7 checks on Trump and none on Kamala Harris, even though there were some things that she said that were whoppers. You need somebody to either not fact-check anyone or to equally fact-check the people.
I mean, sir, our moderators fact-check some of the more egregious claims, some of the most egregious claims. They gave the candidates ample opportunity to fact-check their opponent as well. But Dr. Ben Carson, thank you for your time tonight.
A pleasure. Thank you.